All right, Joe. So we are on a. We can only record 28 minutes of video on the whatchamacallit, on the flux capacitor 2.0. I'm gonna leave all these things in the middle.
Okay.
And we're gonna have your gain somewhat up. We're gonna have my gain up a little bit. We'll turn that down, and we'll turn this up. All right, Joseph. We're wasting.
Okay, I'm ready. Go ahead.
Dude, you ready? All right, so this is the first podcast with Joe and Brian. Completely unnamed, untamed,
Nameless,
and untethered.
Nameless.
So
we'll let it. We're gonna let it come naturally. It's when the name. It'll probably hit me when
Jojo, it's all right.
Start over.
I can't. The fucking camera's over there. I can't start over. You know what I mean?
Scrap that. Okay.
Scrap that shit. So we're trying to develop some sort of fucking some sort of flow.
Yeah.
So we're gonna use these use our time wisely.
Right.
And wastefully.
Right.
And hopefully we have some sort of shit going on. So a couple of things that me and Joe were texting about. Talking about X's death.
X's death. Right.
What's the deal? Why are people concerned? Like, I don't get why.
I guess.
Like, why does it matter?
Concerned that he died?
I just don't get why it's a big deal.
Because he's kind of brand new in the game. I mean, no, he's been out for a couple of years, but like, not for nothing. But the two albums that he put out were great. In my opinion.
All right, so let's say his music's great, right? We'll just call it great. Right. I don't really know too many of his songs. I just say he sucks because he's
a mumble rapper.
Well, not even because I like some mumble rap. This shit's catchy, right? But because it's not 50 Cent or Jay-Z or like old Kanye that like I listened to when I was in high school.
Right.
So I think everything sucks.
Okay. That's how I was for a while, believe it or not. When I was in high school, I hated rap music.
What do you mean? Like all the stuff that was current?
Yeah.
When were you in high school? Like what years?
From 2008 to 2012.
Ah, that was the best fucking rap music, man.
Now I look back and I appreciate it so much. But at the time, I hated everything that was out. Like I didn't get into like okay, so probably around the whole world or at least around the whole nation, Lil Wayne was huge. Even when I was in middle school, that was like when Wayne was on the rise, and I wasn't into him at all. Wasn't into him at all. My best friend loved him. All my best friends loved him. Everybody loved him.
Right.
I didn't get into him till like mid high school, and only a select few songs. Now I love Wayne.
He's
pretty much his whole discography. Yeah.
What's your favorite Lil Wayne album?
Favorite Lil Wayne album?
Yeah. Like if you had to pick.
Carter 2 and Carter 3 were great.
Carter 2 is phenomenal. That's my favorite.
Carter 2 is very good.
I'd probably put it up there with like my all-time favorite like album straight through.
Yeah.
Carter 2.
I mean, and his mixtapes were just phenomenal. I mean, the Carter 3 mixtape was good.
What do you mean the Carter 3 mixtape?
He put out like a little mixtape before the album dropped. I think it came out in summertime.
I don't remember that. I remember the Carter 3.
It was like after the Drought 3.
I thought that was the summertime when the Carter 3 came out.
It might have been. I know it was definitely.
It was like summer of 2008.
It was summer of 2008. It probably wasn't fall yet. You're right. Yeah, no, it was.
The reason I remember is because I was on the Ocean City boardwalk, right?
Right.
You all right? You gonna puke on my equipment?
No.
So I was on the fucking Ocean City boardwalk, and this chick came out. I was in line ordering curly fries at Curly's Fries on the boardwalk.
Yeah.
And it's a misnomer because they're not curly; they're crinkle cut.
Okay.
But they serve curly fries too, but no one gets them because the crinkle cut fries are the shit.
Crinkle cut.
Crinkle cut. Yeah.
Crinkle cut fries.
Like the ridge.
I've never heard that.
You ever have Nathan's French fries?
Sure.
Those are crinkle cuts.
Okay.
Crinkle. So, anyway, I don't know why they call it curly fries because crinkle fries are what they're famous for. It's like a fucking tongue twister.
You all right, bud?
Yeah, doing great.
Right. No.
So,
okay.
So, I get these fries, and I'm in line, and some girl, she gets a burned CD by some kid. And I was already super fucking pissed because the girl behind the counter was kind of hot, and I'm like 17 at the time, right? So I'm trying to mack it on her, and some dude comes by and gives her the CD. So I'm like, oh, this fucking bitch.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now I got no shot. Had no shot to begin with, but I had no shot with this, right? You know, he's 17 years old, whatever. So she handed him a he handed her a burned CD of the Carter 3. And she gets it. She's like, oh my God, Lil Wayne, I love you. Oh. And I'm like, what's that? She's like, oh, it's the Carter 3. And I was like, oh, it's what's up. Like, where you been? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know, that was my story. The Carter 3. But I remember that because it was the summer of 2008.
Yeah.
So I associate the Carter 3 with crinkle cut fries at Curly's.
Right.
It's the way my mind works, man, you know?
Yeah.
But so getting back to X's death, right? See, this is the thing that bothers me, right?
Okay.
I could literally give 2 shits less when some celebrity dies. Like, really could not care less.
That's a bold statement. Okay.
Is that wrong of me?
Maybe not. Because I'm one of those people that love film and entertainment. I love the film industry. I love the music industry. I'm an artist myself, so I like, you know, I get in tune with the characters. I get in tune with the artists. I love that. Okay. You know, I follow them. You know what I mean? I follow their careers. I'm interested in their careers. So like, it's almost like, how do I explain it? Like, okay, so I grew up on like Jim Carrey movies and like Adam Sandler movies, right? And I've seen these movies so much to the point where I almost feel like I know them. Like they're a part of my family or something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yes, I get that.
Yeah. So like if any old celebrity dies, I wouldn't care. There's been celebrities that passed away that
you don't care about.
Right.
Right.
But if it was somebody, you know, that I like, then of course, I would care. Yeah.
So I think this is really what the root of it is that I didn't know enough about this guy, right? Didn't really listen to his music, so it doesn't like matter to me. But and
that's not surprising at all.
And I like to hear what you said, that you get like interested in their lives and following them, blah 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 blah. That's why I like podcasts, because like when you listen to someone's podcast for X number of episodes, you feel like you know the person because you know the way the person thinks.
Yeah.
And that's why this is such a cool medium, because it's like you're just talking and you're just listening and you hear the guy's voice. You know what I mean?
Especially when it's podcast and not like a movie or a show or acting of any sort, because you're getting the person for who they are.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
No. Yeah. But yeah, I don't even know too much about the death.
Well, so our mutual friend Jacob thinks that the fucking music industry killed him.
Yeah. I mean,
for what?
People are still going around saying Pac and Biggie's alive, or you know. So I mean, I don't know. Yeah, let me hit that.
Hit that. That's 100% pure Everclear, or moonshine. Actually, Joe's grandfather made it. It's been on reserve since the 1890s.
It's been marinating for this night. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't really know much about this guy's death either, other than the fact that he was like shot in the car, but there wasn't like a gunshot wound or anything like that. So I'm not educated enough on making whatever decision.
I'm not worried about it. He's dead.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned.
But
I'm not gonna get into the whole conspiracies and you know, I don't do that anymore. I did that enough when I was a teenager. It's
a deep fucking rabbit hole to go down.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's fun though. It's so much fun.
It's scary.
It's scary, isn't it scary?
Because you lose faith.
Right, yeah. You don't have faith in anything like that.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to my buddy Alan. I've actually had him on my first podcast ever that I did on my own. I did with my buddy Alan, the MMA fighter.
Right.
And he's always talking about all sorts of awesome shit like that. And he was trying to explain to me the difference between like destiny and like free will, and like how like if there is destiny, like how do you have free will at the same time?
Right.
And I'm like, bro, like I don't want to think like that, man. Like that kind of shit like made me sick for a really long time.
Too deep. Yeah.
Too deep. But it's like interesting to think about, because it's like, do I really like make these choices, or is this stuff going to happen anyway, despite whatever choices I made? So then, I mean, when you're acting like that, like your choices don't matter, everything can get real fucking hairy. Yeah. You know, like my choices don't make a difference. Whatever happens is going to happen anyway.
Right.
Get real crazy real quick.
Yeah, that I don't even want to entertain that right now. That's too
much for you right now, JoJo.
Too deep for the intro. Too deep for the intro.
Intro.
No, I had a couple friends when I was growing up. Well, yeah, when I was like a teenager, and like they were super into that stuff.
Wearing tinfoil hats and shit.
No,
That's what those people do, Joe. It stops them from the alien signal from coming in their brain.
Yeah.
Or the government.
The stuff that they were believing, and like they would just show me videos all day long of certain things, and you know, like people believe that Jay-Z is an Illuminatist, and
there's so much crap on the internet, man.
all these famous people, you know, because you have to have money, you know, and then
Right.
the whole Freemasons thing, and the what's that? yeah.
Freemasons, Illuminati, all that, the NWA, all that kind of stuff.
NWA.
NWO.
say,
NWA is from Los
NWA,
Angeles.
you know. Fuck the police.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. That stuff's fun to talk about, but it's like I don't know enough about it. And see, the problem, Joe, with me right now is I don't really know enough about anything to talk about anything. You know what I mean? I just like to talk. I have this cool equipment that I'm trying to use. It's like I'm trying to
Yeah, send it. Let it flow. Let it flow.
combine the best with both worlds. And then Joe's back in town, so we're gonna have a little fun with it.
I'm back, baby.
What were the other things we said we wanted to kind of hit on?
We were talking about just before when we pulled up. I was reading that that article about the kid that died in the Bronx.
Did you ever find out anything more about that, or you didn't do any research? Because I didn't look up anything. I don't even know where my phone is.
I mean, I got the simple details, the simple facts of like what happened. He apparently, some kid, like a 15-year-old kid. A 15-year-old kid is the one that passed away. I don't know if that was the intended. That was not the intended target, but I don't know how old the intended target was. I'm pretty sure he was a young kid too. But apparently,
so it was a group of young kids that killed this other kid, and they got the wrong kid.
They killed the young kid. I don't know how old the guys that murdered him were.
Right.
But
he was the unintended target, though, right?
Right. Wrong kid. They had the wrong kid.
See, that shit fucks me up.
That shit fucks me up too.
Some famous rapper doesn't bother me for some reason. I have no idea why. It's weird, isn't it?
Because he deserved it, right?
What, the rapper?
Yeah.
No, dude, I don't think he deserved it. It's because I'm envious that this guy had money. I'm like, oh, he's dead. Yeah, fuck, well, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but if you knew X, man, I gotta show you some shit, dude.
I guess.
All right.
If you knew X, man, it's like some kid you grew up with. Man, yo, if you only knew fucking Javi, bro, he was a great guy, you know?
Whatever, dude.
Don't shake your head at me.
No, his music was good, and it was for, you know, like people that dealt with like mental illness and like.
I'd be into that. I'm mentally ill in some form or fashion. You know what I mean? I probably would like this stuff.
I think we all are. I definitely am. I definitely, you know, have my stuff, but I lost my train of thought now where I was going with this. So they killed this kid.
Right. Yes.
They killed this kid because he was posting graphic videos online of him having sex with this girl who was one of the murderer's sisters. So they were like, this kid's posting pictures of my sister
doing
getting
stuff
smashed out.
Right.
So he's dead. Which
it's fucked up, bro. I mean,
it's fucked up, but in a way, I mean, okay, you don't maybe not kill the kid, give him a little beat down. But I mean, I saw the video. They took out machetes. I mean, and
this is in the Bronx.
And this, in the Bronx, New York, shit happens.
And it's not like they were in like
coming out of a deli on the corner.
So you go out and get a cheesesteak
in front of people. Yeah.
Do they catch the guys?
Apparently, they have people in custody. I guess they caught a couple in Patterson. They caught a couple in the Bronx.
Right.
So yeah, I think they're. You
can't get away with anything these days, man. I'm not saying that these kids should have gotten away with it.
If you want to get away with murder, you do it yourself.
Right.
You know, and you don't say anything. These kids, how'd they get caught? How do you think they got caught? Just take a wild guess.
Bragging about it on Facebook. Boom.
Shit, I keep doing that.
Yeah, that's all right.
But yeah.
Bragging about it on Facebook
or Instagram or whatever it was, but yeah, they were bragging about it.
Fucking wild.
How stupid could you be?
I don't know, dude. They're not like the old, you know.
Well, I mean, these, I guess.
Uncle Vito, you know what I'm talking about?
They don't fear jail, I'm guessing.
I don't know, dude. I've gotten arrested only a couple of times and only ever spent like an overnight or 2 days or something like that.
Yeah,
in jail
same
in
with
West
me.
Virginia. It was terrible.
It wasn't West Virginia, but no.
West Virginia jail,
no
man.
time.
It was easy. I mean, it was nothing because I was like all high on Xanax when I was like in there, so it didn't really make that big of a difference. But
okay, yeah, I was
like,
in pure withdrawal. But even if I wasn't in pure withdrawal, jail's not fun, you know, in any way, shape, or form. I mean, I guess it depends who you ask. You know, if you're in prison for that long, I'm sure you
just make do with it, man. It's like a survival skill. You know what I mean? You can get used to anything if you're there for long enough. You know,
you
what
adapt.
I mean?
You adapt, and you find ways to have fun and do whatever. I mean, that's just living. I get that, but like.
Mm-hmm. So one thing you said earlier, and I want to kind of get your take on it because I want to say something too, is that you think everyone's some sort of mentally ill, right?
Yeah, most people.
It's true though, you know what I mean? Because like I was talking to
people.
somebody the other day, and it's like everyone has their quirks, like weird things about them, and like everyone has these like negative, quote unquote negative values to them. And it's just like to a different degree in some people, and then it manifests it like differently. You know what I mean? Like I'm a fucking junkie. You know what I mean, Joe?
Yeah,
like I'm
not. I do know what you mean very well.
I'm not a great person, but like I can be a great person. You know what I mean? I just have to like work at it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But like the thing is like they talk about and like a lot of the shit I do that I'm selfish, I'm self-centered, blah 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 blah. And I'm thinking about it one day, and I'm hearing people talk about like these are the qualities I have.
Yeah.
I'm like. So you're really just telling me I'm a piece of shit, right? Is that what you're telling me? Like I'm really just a piece, like I'm a bad fucking dude. You know what I mean? Like in some respects, I do good things sometimes.
Yeah.
But you're just telling me like I'm selfish and fucking self-centered and egotistical. It's like those are really just qualities of a bad person, like someone you don't want to hang out with. Am I right?
Nah, totally.
Like people people that I don't like are selfish, right?
Yeah.
They fucking lie,
yeah.
right? They cheat. They don't care about anybody else. And these are all like, I guess, forms of selfishness, right?
Yeah.
It's like just a shitty person. So like I'm just a shitty person who happens to have a penchant for fucking heroin and crystal meth.
Yeah.
So why am I like sick? You know what I mean? It sounds like I'm just a shitty person who likes drugs.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean, Joe?
Yeah. I mean, see, like looking back, like I never thought I was like a fucked up kid or like.
Right, and I'm sure you come from a good family too.
Yeah, no, for the longest time, I never thought I was egotistical until I actually figured out what egotistical meant. You know what I mean? And then like, I don't know, self-centered and all that stuff. Like I don't think I ever truly understood the true definition of those things. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, yeah, of course. I think, even growing up, I was like always looking out for number one, always doing what I could.
Right.
That would, make, doing whatever I could to make me feel good or whatever, which is why when I found drugs, it was like, wow, this is great. This is the best thing.
Makes me feel awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So when I don't have those things, I'm even more of a piece of shit.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, everybody's got qualities. Does that mean everybody has mental illness? Probably not. But like,
right.
And I don't even know. I don't even know if that's a true fact that I have mental illness. Maybe I'm just a drug addict.
Right. Yeah.
That's one of the things is like so many people get misdiagnosed in like early recovery when they're trying to get clean.
Right.
Because of course, when you're coming off of heroin, you're gonna have symptoms of
really anything. I bet.
Yeah. But what's the most
like,
common? Bipolar. Everybody gets prescribed
psych
stuff
meds
for that.
and stuff like that. Are you taking any meds right now?
No.
Nothing, right?
No, dude.
Dude, when I got out of rehab for the whatever time, you know what I mean? They were like trying to. It was when I was at Seabrook. They put me on. You sit there in an office, and they sit you in front of a computer.
Robodoc.
Yeah, Robodoc. And it's some guy in like California.
Yeah.
And I'm like sitting in there, and I'm trying to get like Seroquel and all this other shit because I just want to sleep for the next 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Because I absolutely fucking hate myself. You know what I mean? And plus, I've been up for like 3 weeks before that, like smoking crack. So like I'm trying to just like go to sleep.
Right.
And he wasn't giving it to me. I'm like this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he puts me on Zoloft and Abilify. So I take it for the first 2 weeks. He's like, you sound like you're, I don't even know what those are for. You know what I mean?
You said that, or he said that, or are you saying?
I'm saying that now.
Yeah,
I don't even remember like what he diagnosed me as.
Okay.
So I'm like taking him, and like I'm always pretty witty, and so are you, and I think that's why we like each other. You know what I mean? Quick witted, and always busting balls, yada yada yada.
Right.
You know. So I noticed after being in Seabrook for like 2 weeks, I'm like, I feel like a fucking zombie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These drugs were just like putting me down, and like I had no personality anymore. Like I couldn't laugh. I wasn't like.
That's why I hate it. It's like, so, okay. One of the biggest things for me is getting my sleep back, getting a sleep pattern back when I'm trying to get clean in like very early recovery. And going through detox is the worst. I mean, like the first thing is like, you get on the Suboxone.
Right.
So usually I feel fine, and most of the time I could sleep. But then once you wean off of that, and then you don't have any more of that, then I can't sleep, and I might not sleep again for like a month.
Right.
There's been times I didn't sleep for a month straight up.
Right.
And you get manic.
You mean you have to have slept at some point, but it wasn't long, right? You're talking about like
maybe a couple minutes here, a couple minutes there.
Right.
Like it's not.
And this is coming off of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens, really.
Right.
But so what I'm saying is like, usually I do get prescribed something in early recovery to take maybe for a week or two,
right?
Just to try to develop a pattern, Yeah.
So the thing that always cracked me up is that I'd be in rehab, right?
Yeah.
And like after you're in rehab a few times, like the fucking deal, man. You know what's going on.
Yeah.
So it'd be like these kids coming in, they're like, I can't sleep. It's like, cuz you've had a fentanyl habit for the past 2 years. Like, why do you think you should be able to sleep?
Right.
Like, why would you expect you to be able to sleep? Like,
you gotta just wear yourself out.
They're like, this trazodone isn't doing it for me. I'm like, bro, you've been doing fucking strong chemicals for a long time.
Damn thing. For some people, it knocks people out. That's why some people come into treatment. I'm like, do you even get high? Like, some people come in, take like let's say Suboxone or something like that, and are just nodding. Like, don't get me wrong, it helps me. You know?
It helps.
But dude, if you're sitting there nodding off of 4 milligrams of Suboxone,
it's like, what were you really doing out there, cuz?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and everybody's different, but whatever. I'm not gonna get into that. But like, so yeah, like I get in early recovery, I always get prescribed something for sleep 9 times out of 10, and but I stopped taking it right away.
Right.
Like the first week or two, I'll take it.
Right, you take it, you get back to normal. And
yeah, because I don't want to be dependent on anything. And not for nothing, dude. You don't know, like, the side effects of all these drugs and everything. Like, Seroquel especially. Like, that's an antipsychotic, and people take it for sleep. I took it for sleep.
Right.
Like, who knows what that does to your... Yeah.
Can't be good, bro.
Yeah, dude, I was never on a lot of it. Never more than 100 milligrams at a time.
Yeah, I know a kid who was on, like, 1,000 milligrams of fucking Seroquel straight out. Then they prescribed it to him in rehab. Like, bro, I'm like, how are you walking?
Yeah.
I took 50 milligrams of Seroquel one time. It was the first time I was ever dope sick. I was coming back on the Cape May Lewis ferry for Christmas. And I was like selling weed, so I had a lot of money. And I was like doing Roxy's and stuff like that. I was doing Oxycontins and then into Roxy's, like when that whole switch happened.
Yeah.
So I'm like doing a whole bunch of Roxy's and I'm coming back and I didn't have any. And I'm like, dude, dry heaving, stomach bile coming up. I'm on this fucking boat and it's like in the middle of winter and it's like going like this. And before I got, the night before, I'm at my buddy's place, and he gives me a Seroquel. It was the only kind of pill he could find.
Yeah.
So I took it, passed the fuck out.
Yeah.
Woke up 10 times more dope sick than I was when I went to sleep. Awful.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to keep talking. I'm just going to pause this, and I got to restart the camera. But we're going to keep talking.
Has it been 30 minutes already?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been 24 minutes.
Okay.
All right, so we're talking about dope sick shit. Well, we just got to keep recording, bro, and you see what happens. You know what I'm saying? This is our test run. It's good shit though, right? We're like making good conversation.
Yeah.
You think people don't want to listen to this though?
Yeah.
You think so? Like people we know or just like actual people?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Because I don't really talk to anybody I don't know. That's the thing, Joe. You know what I mean? I only talk to people I know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It definitely has substance.
There's substances we're talking about. I don't know if it has substance though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So before we broke for a technical break, I was telling Joseph about my first time being dope sick, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
And every other time after that was worse. But yeah, man, I don't know if this has some substance to it or not, or substances, whatever way you want to look at it. I think there's some good humor. I think people would like listening to this. Probably not my mother. I don't think she would find this funny.
Maybe not.
I don't think so. That's all right. Our target audience isn't my mother.
Right.
My mother's not going to pay us to talk.
We should bring her on the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Think she would do that?
I don't know.
It's my mother. I'd probably know. I think she would.
Yeah.
What do I have her talk about, though?
I don't know.
She's a cool fucking woman, man.
We didn't know what we were going to talk about, and we just started talking. Let's just get it flowing. I'll bring my mom, you bring your mom. We'll have a Mother's Day, I was in rehab for Mother's Day, so we'll,
Huh. Yeah, it's tough, dude.
What, that got deep?
Yeah, it got deep. I was like, I didn't know what to say, man. It sucks when you're in rehab for shit like that, man.
Yeah.
It's like, but at least the thing with rehab is you can AMA. You can't AMA out of jail.
Unless you're court ordered, and even so, you can AMA, but then they call and they send a warrant.
Right.
So you never really make it that far.
Right. Yeah. Unless you just bounce out in the middle of the night.
Yeah, but usually, all right. So usually, when I make it to detox and or rehab,
right,
usually that means like I'm fucked.
Right.
Like that's usually the last fucking place I end up at. Like thank God I get there, but that means usually all my sources are used up.
Right.
Like dude, barely nobody's gonna be like, I can't just be like, all right, I left rehab, let me call so and so, hey, can you come pick me? Usually it's like, no, dude.
Yeah, it's
no.
like a beat.
Or if they even answer, you know.
Yeah. Or if you even have a phone.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, usually I'm such in a shitty position when I end up there that it's like, but
yeah, out of money in the program they call it scorecards red zero. Usually that's how I was, bro. It was like I had no cash. I had no place to stay. It's like that back of that insurance card was just like hey, let me find a place to live for the night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like tired of it.
Insurance is a beautiful thing for a little bit.
Yeah. Until it gets cut off when you're 26. That's when you need to get your shit together. That's what happened to me.
Yeah.
But God bless Obama, bro. I'd probably be fucking dead if it wasn't for Barack Obama extending that healthcare in New Jersey to nationwide to 26. And luckily, my dad had banging insurance and didn't kick me off of it. And it's probably the reason I'm still alive.
And the rehabs are probably thanking his ass too.
My mom told me one time. I think we were in a family session or something at Seabrook. I think we were actually in that. When they come, they can visit for like an hour.
Yeah.
I think what they said was. I think my mother's exact words were, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield is going to throw a party at the end of the month now that you're off our insurance.
Have a barbecue.
Have a barbecue. Yeah, company barbecue, dude. They're going to be like Oprah. You get a car. You get a car. You get a car. This kid's out of here, you know.
It's a problem when you memorize your group ID. What I mean?
I didn't get that far. It started with HZN and then some numbers. You know yours by heart?
No, I don't. I'm just exaggerating.
You probably could though.
You know how many times I've whipped out that thing and it's like, dude, my case manager that works for my insurance company, I had to have like a long conversation with her a few years ago because I've been to so many places.
What was the conversation like?
She was just like, I don't know. She was a huge bitch. Her name was Gloria. So Gloria, if you're listening, from Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield.
That's what I had.
But it was like a specific plan because my mother works for the hospital, so it's like a weird fucking thing. And she was just such a bitch, dude. I remember she was just always, I was like always trying to get into treatment, and she was like, well, let me ask you this first, and are you? I don't even remember the questions, but it was, pretty much like, are you ready to do this? Are you actually going to do this? Are you actually going to do that? And like asking you, maybe she was doing her fucking job. Now that I think about it, I was just
being an asshole.
Yeah, but her attitude sucked. I remember that.
Oh, it's because she's dealing with fucking jerk offs like you all the time.
Yeah,
she probably did have a bad attitude. The fucking bitch.
Yeah. So fuck Gloria, but yeah. I mean,
What can you think of some like great fucking rehab stories? Like I have a couple. I'm just trying to think of like some top notch, like either humorous or like weird or all right. So the one guy when we were in rehab together, you remember Wheels?
Johnny,
yeah.
Johnny Wheels, yeah.
Johnny Wheels was like, what, 62, 63 years old, a heroin addict.
Oh, my God.
Running the streets of Camden in a fucking wheelchair.
In a wheelchair, yeah. And of course I remember that, dude.
We were like, Wheels, like, what are you going to do when you get out of here? He's like, Suboxone. Just going back on Suboxone.
Yeah.
Like,
see, my thing is, dude, like, that's what, it breaks my heart when I see people come in at, like, at least 60 years old. There was somebody I went to rehab with 74 years old. You know, like
Really?
trying to get it. You know,
I mean, hats off to him, but it's like at that point, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, you might as well just run it out. You know
like
what I mean?
you know, like they should just be allowed to get high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's shitty to say, but like at that point, I don't know. Maybe I'm being negative about it, but I can't fucking imagine that going in at that age trying to do it. Like we're still young. We came in young, you know.
Right. Yeah, dude, I'm no spring chicken anymore, bro. This last run, like, really fucking beat me up, man.
Yeah.
Like, it took me a while. I was talking to our boy earlier today when we were sitting by the truck that, like, I'm just noticing, like, after a year and some change that, like, I'm starting to remember stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I had to do something at work, and, like, I read it in an email, like, 4 days ago, but, like, remembered I had to do it.
Yeah.
And it was something, like, really insignificant, like telling some kid he's got to call somebody, right?
Right.
And, like, I remembered it. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, this is weird. Like, usually I don't remember stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
But in the same breath, my parents are going to Alaska tomorrow. And I've asked my dad probably 30 times what day they're leaving. And I was at dinner tonight, and I was like, so you guys are leaving tomorrow, right? But it's like one of those things, like, if it doesn't involve me,
I do the same
like,
shit.
I'm not really going to, like, commit it to memory because it doesn't serve a purpose in my memory.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those, I like to call it like a primal instinct. It's like, if it's not necessary to my survival instinct, like, all right, what day, like, I'm not getting on the plane. Like, they're going to be away. But it's like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know.
Dude, drugs fucked my head up so much. Yeah, I don't remember anything. And I used to have a great memory. Like,
Yeah, man,
my long term memory is pretty good, but my short term is terrible. I can't remember certain dates. I can't remember. I can't. I used to be a great speller, and I can't spell for shit anymore.
Spell Mississippi.
It's fucked up. Missippi. Did I miss? I missed the
Try
SS
again.
in there. Mississippi.
All right, spell with one eye.
Spell it with one eye.
Spell it with one eye.
You can't spell Mississippi with one eye.
You can definitely spell it with one eye. You're just not trying hard enough.
All right, I don't know.
Mississippi.
Stupid shit.
That's not stupid. See, that's the kind of shit you get back, Joe.
Yeah.
Dumb jokes like that.
Yeah.
My 3-year-old cousin taught me that. And I was in the car with her and my mother.
Good for her.
And actually, my mom, it was my cousin Lucy, who's awesome. My mom was in the front seat. She's in a car seat, and I'm sitting.
Cousin Lucy.
Yeah, Lucy, like the elephant,
Okay.
but not the elephant.
Right.
My mom's driving. I'm sitting in the front seat, and Lucy's like in a car seat or something. And my mom's like asking her how to spell shit.
Yeah.
My mom's like, spell Mississippi. So she spells it. And then she's like, spell with one eye. And she's like sitting there thinking about it. And I'm like, I don't fucking know. And then the little girl goes like this and covers it. I'm like, wow. I'm like, oh, I knew that.
Yeah, she got you. She definitely got you. Yeah. I can't believe I fucking spelled Mississippi wrong.
On the not live television.
Yeah.
But it'll be on the airwaves. We'll make sure we time code it and shit.
We're
like
going to
that.
get live, you know.
Yeah, we are going to get live. You
We're
keep
gonna
talking.
get
I'm going to
live.
go check the camera. All right.
Okay.
So tell everyone or me what our aspirations are going to be.
Aspirations. I definitely want to get I definitely want to start bringing guests on the show. Mm-hmm. You know, like we're the hosts. You know what I mean? We got substance. We definitely got substance. And I don't know, man. Like tonight we just let it flow naturally, but maybe we pick topics, maybe we don't. But I think the more the merrier. You know what I mean? I think we get people on here and we just have a good time.
Just a whole fucking
Yeah,
crowd.
like I don't care. You know, I don't give a shit. I think we just send it.
See, the thing is, eventually I need to upgrade this because I only have 2 spots for microphones, and we're gonna need like a big arena.
I see where you're going.
You know what I mean? So right now it's a fucking 2-banger.
Yeah, well, you know,
I mean,
this works for now.
Yes.
You know, this
Yes,
might work
yes.
forever. We don't know, dude. We don't know. This might take off.
Yeah.
Is it still filming?
It's still filming.
Okay, because it cut us short last time.
I know, man. I don't know what the deal was. That was maybe I was reading the thing wrong. I don't think so. I think it cut off.
All right.
So I don't know if like 12 minutes is our cap. I say we talk for a little bit while longer and
Okay.
see if it cuts off again.
Okay.
So do you have any other? I have another humorous story. I'm at Seabrook House this one time. It's sad because this kid Mark's actually dead now. He was like kind of chubby. He was like a little weird. Like I was nice to him because like I'm not mean to people like that. You know what I mean? Like when I'm getting high, I'm not even mean to people. You know, like I'm not like, oh, this kid fucking sucks. You know what I mean? Like if I don't really like somebody, I'll just like try to avoid them and like not hang out with them regularly. You know what I mean? But I'm not like mean. Like I don't like to belittle people, right? And these kids were just like being a fucking savage to this kid. So I was always trying to be super nice, right? So the night before he's about to leave to go up to Seabrook West, they or maybe he was going somewhere else. I think he went to I think he went to Seabrook West. While everyone was like doing their like the nightly wrap up, they took his mattress and like all his shit and put it in the shower and turned the water on. Dude, it was a big deal, bro. They were mad. Yeah. He was pissed. Yeah. And like they all like I heard like all these rumblings about like that was gonna happen, but I wasn't about to be like, no, dude, don't do it. That's mean. Right. I was just like, yeah, I'm not getting involved in that shit. Right. But it's like kind of funny, you know, you get through the kid shit in the shower. Yeah. So. Yeah, man. I wish I could remember all the stories from rehab. I really do. The shit that you can't buy that shit anywhere. The stuff, the characters that you're with in rehab and the things that happen, the conversations that you have. I remember, and I say this every time I go, is like I wish cameras were rolling. Yeah, I wish cameras were rolling. That might be an opportunity for some fucking money or something like that, man. Like, if you like a Big Brother-esque like halfway house style show, would be awesome.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that so many deaths are associated with that kind of thing, so they kind of like I know that's what happened with Celebrity Rehab. Remember with Dr. Drew? No, you don't remember that show?
I mean, I've heard of it.
Okay,
dude, this is the thing, man. I'm really like I love all this like tech, producing stuff, but I don't watch shit. Right. I watch zero content.
Well, so basically, what happened with that is why they stopped filming that and airing that. Was because it just proved to be like unhelpful, the rehabs, like because all these people were dying, all these people were relapsing.
It showed that the rehabs weren't helpful, so they didn't.
That's what I get from it.
Right. Yeah. I guess you're right.
So they're like, why? You know, I think Dr. Drew was the one that put the end to it. He was like, all right, I think we should just stop doing this.
But like a halfway house would be funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, man. Fucking rehab is definitely because come on, dude, you gotta you have just like this melting pot of like meth heads and heroin addicts and just dude, it's great. The things that happen, dude. The things that happen. And you gotta have fun in there. At least for me. You know what?
We had a great time together.
At least for me, you gotta fuck around a little bit.
Right.
You know, that's the only way, like we used to fuck around. Like what the things we used to do, man. It's like we used to tell the new people like bed.
Oh yeah,
what?
Go ahead.
You know, we'd be like, bed bug check is tonight, man. You got to take your mattress and leave it in the hallway, by 11 tonight, or something just crazy. And they'd be like, damn, for real? We'd be like, yeah, dude. Like, we try to act like we're showing them the ropes. Here's the kitchen, dude. This is where we all sit, and this is. And by the way, bed check. You know what I mean?
Right.
So these kids would fucking.
You got somebody on the bed bug check before?
Oh yeah.
My favorite one was always the pool pass.
Yeah, but that's like that game you've been playing since like middle school. I remember hearing that. Yeah, there's a pool on
since
the third floor.
Second rehab.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, but this last one we were taking walkie-talkies. We were taking their radios.
Yeah.
The behavioral techs. Yeah. So we take it and we like kind of learn the codes, like, you know what I mean, is because like everybody had a certain number. Like the behavioral techs were like, number 3.
Right.
The nurses were like 2. Maintenance was like 7. Counselors were whatever.
Right. Okay.
So we take the walkie-talkie and we'd be like, we'd be like 2 to 3 adult men. Can we have a Steve S to nursing? We'd send them like across the way. Because Seabrook's a relatively big place.
It's beautiful out there. It's
a
very nice campus.
Yeah. You have to walk everywhere. Right, the detox in one building, there's residential in another building, and all the lectures are in another building.
Right.
So you were just sending people places. To me, that was the funny thing about it. And then,
it's harmless, too. That's what's great
about
it.
It is. It really is harmless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, and it's now, like, thinking about it, it seems like immature and stupid, but at the time we're fucking dying. Like, you know, we didn't have TV, we didn't have cell phones, we don't have shit like music, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
so
like,
we were just taking walkie-talkies, sending people different places, and the humor that comes out of it is like, okay, so nobody knows why Steve S is at nursing. You know what I mean? It's just like stupid shit like that. I get a kick out of it.
Who set him up here?
Yeah.
That's great stuff, man. I love that kind of humor, man. You just got to joke around all the time. You know, life's too short to fucking be sad about stuff, dude. You got to be fucking happy.
Yeah.
There's all this bad shit happening, like that kid in the Bronx, this fucking dude, the ex dying.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I don't know, like, why not? Like, fucking play around a little bit, dude. Like, lighten up. You know what I mean? You got fucking little teenage kids in the Bronx getting stabbed. You got some rapper getting shot. And, like, there's all this other, you know, sad shit going on probably all around us right now.
Humor is the best cure to everything.
Best medicine,
you know
man.
What I mean? Depression,
best medicine.
Whatever. Like, you know, spread humor, spread love. That's my outlook, man. That's where I'm coming from now. You know what I mean?
Spread humor.
Spread love, spread humor.
Right.
You know?
It's hard, though, when other people aren't like that, man. You get real frustrated. I know I do, at least.
Yeah.
You know, I get real frustrated when people, like, have, like, bad attitudes about stuff. And it's like, dude, like, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
Like, everything's just stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's just stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I like nice stuff. You know what I mean? I wish I had, like, a nicer mixer board to do shit with. But it's like,
yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's just stuff.
Right.
You can always buy something else.
Right. Yeah. And all that shit will come, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But, you got me thinking now. They're just like these rehab stories.
Oh, they're great.
I could go on.
They're fucking days, they're priceless.
You know? But
yeah, I heard one story. I wasn't actually in rehab with this kid, but I knew this kid who they told him about the pool. The pool was out back, so it was like his second day in. He's still like coming down off of whatever the fuck he was on, right? And he's in his boxers and he has a towel over his shoulder and he's like walking around smoking a cigarette in the parking lot.
That's great. Yeah. I think you did tell me.
You know that story. You know the dude.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say his name, but you know the dude.
Oh yeah.
Sloth.
Yeah, that's right.
And then, oh man, I'm just. It's like trying to run him down and like think and like pull him back is just like almost impossible.
I was in this halfway house once in Austin, Texas, a couple years back. Another great place, beautiful place, and you know what? The people there were awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what happened was there was actually in the house, dude, 3 people from New Jersey, and 3 people from New Jersey from Ocean County.
Really?
Like all like 20 minutes from where I'm from.
Just a bunch of fucking dope heads on Ocean County.
Isn't that nutty? Like, how do we all end up in Austin?
Yeah, I don't know. It's very strange.
Anyway,
you guys go to the same rehab?
So there was 2 different. It was the same company, but they had 2 different rehabs, and then we ended up in the same halfway house that's associated with that company.
They probably just put you all in that one. They're like, fucking put all these Jersey cats together.
No, the other 2 were in the different. I was the only one from New Jersey in the one rehab, and then those 2 were at another. But then we went to like, you know, the halfway house.
Who sent you there? What rehab was that?
At the time, it was called Anchor West.
Fuck is Anchor West?
Anchor West, owned by the Arbor.
Well, what rehab did you go to initially before you got sent to Austin?
I overdosed, ended up in the hospital, and the what do they call it? The crisis unit came,
and they
called like almost like a interventionist almost.
Right.
I feel like that's like a shitty word for it because it's not like
it's like a referral.
When I think of an interventionist, I think of sitting in my grandmother's living room and everybody surrounding me, or the Sopranos episode where they're all surrounding Chris. You killed the fucking dog. But yeah. So where was I going with this? So I'm in this halfway house in Austin, Texas, right? Mm-hmm. And it's me and 2 other kids from New Jersey and like probably 10 other people from all over. A lot of people from California, a lot of people from Texas, and the one kid, the other kid, Will from New Jersey. He was having a family visitation, like the weekend coming up. Are we still rolling?
Now we are. 12 minutes. For some reason, it cuts out at 12 minutes.
We're rolling?
Yeah, we are now.
Okay. So I'm at this halfway house, this sober living in Austin, Texas, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's me and like, I don't know, maybe 10 other people. And 2 of them were from New Jersey, from Ocean County. And the one kid, Will, was having a family visitation coming up, like, that weekend. And it goes through this whole process. It has to get, like, reviewed by, like, the house manager and everything. Mm-hmm. So they're planning on, his stepdad and mom are planning on flying in. Right. And so they have to pretty much do, like, the phone interview or whatever with the house manager. His name was Chuck. And he's on the phone, man, with his stepdad. And, you know, they're talking, they're saying whatever they're saying. Right. And he's like, yeah, you know, and he's like, you know, if you guys go out to eat, you know, maybe stay away from restaurants that have bars in them. And he's like, wait a minute, why you say that? And he's like, oh, you know, because you don't want them drinking, and or, you know, to be tempted to drink or whatever. Right. And he's like, hold on, Will's not drinking beers no more. And he's like, yeah, no. He's like, oh wow. He's like, I mean, I knew he couldn't do the heroin, but I didn't know he wasn't drinking beers no more. Oh wow, okay. It was just I just thought that was hilarious. Yeah, it's like just, you know why? Because, man, it just. Sometimes, bro, that's just so funny. Like, people just don't know.
They just don't know. Yeah, it was funny.
They don't get it.
I was making amends to, like, one of my boys, right? Yeah. And, like, the last time I saw, like, his brother, him, and his parents. It was like one of my best friends growing up, right? They I, like, was going to a Phillies game with them. This is, like, right. It was probably a week before I went into rehab with you. So I'm, like, at the end of this, like, vicious fucking crack, coke, fucking heroin run, right? Yeah. So I've been smoking crack for, like, 3 days, right? Right. And then at the end of these 3 days, I'm going to this Phillies game with them. So I don't want to drive into Philly because I don't have enough money to get on the bridge to get there, or money to park, or I had no money. So, like, I couldn't park, couldn't go over the bridge, like, no gas. So I, like, met them somewhere, right? So I show up, like, 45 minutes late. I get in with them, and I was wearing prescription glasses at the time, and I was so shot out. It was sunny when I left, so I had my prescription glasses on, but didn't bring my prescription regular glasses. So I'm in the game, the sun's going down, and I go to take. I'm like, oh shit, I don't have my glasses. So then I start falling asleep there. My boyfriend's girl, or my boys.
Your boyfriend.
My boyfriend. My boy's girlfriend gets, like, uncomfortable because I'm, like, obviously fucked up on drugs, right? So they leave, and you know, I was, like, sleeping in the seat, like, the 3rd inning. Right. So then my boy's parents and my boy's brother dropped me off in my car to go back home. So apparently after the story, like, from what I heard, is I got back in my car and I just passed out, dude, because I was up for days, you know. So they end up driving me back to fucking Camden, right? And they're like, what the fuck? Like, you live in Camden? Right. So they let me go, and, like, I hadn't seen him, right? So, like, 6 months later, I go to make an amends, right? So I'm seeing my boy. I'm sitting out by his pool. I make the amends to my friend. His brother's there. I said, hey, man, you know, like, or first of all, I'm, like, starting the amends, right? So his brother comes out with 6 bottles of Yingling in his hands like this and comes up the steps. It's summertime, and he sets 2 down in front of it. My boy puts 2 down for himself, and he goes to hand me 2. I was like, nah, man, like, I'm not drinking. He's like, oh, you sure? I'm like, well, do you have any crack? That's what I said to him. I was like, you got a crack pipe?
Yeah. He was Might as well give me that. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, because if you're going to give me these, like, I'm going to be smoking crack shortly. Right. Because, like, eventually you get to some certain point in your fucking addiction or alcoholism or whatever the fuck you want to call it that it's like I'm not even bothering. Right. You know, first couple times I went back out, like, I smoked a little bit of weed. Right. I did a couple pills. Yeah. Every other time since then, it's been like I buy crack rocks.
Absolutely.
Off the rip.
Yeah.
Crack and dope.
And for the people that are listening, like, you know, that know what we're talking about, that are addicts themselves. Right. You know, whether they're in recovery or not, they know exactly what we're talking about, you know. Mm-hmm. And that's it's probably hard for people that aren't to, like, understand that, you know. You know, how come you can't just drink? How come you can't just...
I would love to. I would love if that was the case.
That'd be great. That'd be great if I could. And I've tried many times, you know. It just ends me back, you know. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do the real thing. I'm going to go 100%, all the way, man, you know.
Right. Well, why wouldn't you, Joe?
Yeah.
It'd be stupid not to.
Right.
You know? So, right to the neck, like Frankenstein. Just 2.
Yeah. Just double fist. Yeah. So
double spooning that shit, dog. Double spooning that shit.
Yeah.
So that was like a funny fucking story that I'm like, you know, I'm going to, like, you know, kind of right my wrongs of the past and, like, I was like, hey, you want a beer? I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah. No, not really.
Yeah. Well, even when the one time I overdosed, it was actually when right before I got sent to that place in Texas.
Right.
And I'm sitting there, man, and I come to and I'm in the hospital, and there's 2 cops there. And the one cop's, pretty much read me my rights, told me what happened. I had been involved in an accident.
Right.
And
allegedly.
Yeah. The Good Samaritan law didn't apply because nobody called the cops because I wasn't with anybody.
Right.
It was an ambulance watching the whole thing go down in his rear view. And then
what?
Yeah. So he just seen me. I'm driving.
It's pretty fortunate for you.
So I'm
You have
driving.
to wait for somebody to call the ambulance. The ambulance fucking saw it.
Yeah, I'm driving. I
fortunate.
can't wait to do it.
Right.
I just
Yeah,
pick
of
up.
course.
I hit as I'm driving,
Uh-huh.
and within I feel like I was driving for 2 minutes, and I hit a telephone pole. And luckily, I didn't fucking hit anybody else, kill anybody else, or kill myself. I was fine. I had a scratch on my head, if that.
That's crazy.
Anyway, I wake up in the hospital, whatever. They Narcan me the whole 9.
Right.
And the one cop was really cool. The other cop was a real dick. He charged me with everything possible that he could.
Oh, yeah, well.
But and he said, you could go to treatment or you could go to jail, and of course I picked treatment. For some people that might not be the easy option. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't get how that's not the easy option, but
yeah,
I mean, whatever.
Yeah. The cool cop, man, after like a couple hours I'm in there.
And they were with you the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the one cop, the cool cop, comes up to me and he's real cool, man, and he was like, look, man, I got a cousin going through this shit right now. He goes, I don't think you're a bad person. You're obviously going through some stuff, and hopefully you get the help that you need. Like, I appreciate that, man.
Of course.
He gives me his card, right? And he goes, you get the help you need. Go down to Texas, go, get rehabilitated and everything. He goes, when you come back, man, call me. I'll take you out for a beer.
No fucking way. Are you serious?
I swear to God, if I'm lying, I'm dying. And I just thought that was so funny. Like, dude, so obviously he doesn't get it.
Right, yeah, obviously. And you can't fault him for that.
No, I don't fault him at all.
Right.
I thought that was actually, like think about it. It's actually a very nice gesture. Like, he was trying to be a cool dude.
Right, yeah.
But he doesn't know that that's, like, fucking very dangerous.
Right. It'd be
and, like, devastating to my recovery.
It'd be
if
almost
I
the
came
same
back
thing.
and did that. You know what I mean?
It'd be like my dad saying, like, hey, man, once you get a year sober,
yeah,
like, we'll sniff some meth together.
Right.
Sounds great, Dad.
Right.
I would love that.
Yeah. So you might as well say that. And like I said, the people that aren't addicts aren't going to understand that,
They're not getting they don't get it.
But I just thought that was so funny, man. I was just like in my head, like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Fucking still
How
not.
funny would it be if I, went through all that, came back, called the cop, and then me and the cop just had a wild night. He was like, dude, you want to fucking party? You know what I mean?
He's like, check this shit I confiscated from this kid last week.
It'd be like, it'd be like the 2 cops from Superbad, you know what I mean? Go out and shooting the fucking guns.
Yeah, like,
McLovin! Oh, man. I love that.
Oh, it'd be some wild shit. You should call him. See if he wants to get a beer later.
Oh, I fucking lost that number. Yeah.
It's not one you committed to memory?
No, I try not to keep...
cops' names in the back of your head?
No, dude. Man,
it's amazing how
I
much
know
shit
there's
you
good
forget,
cops
you know
out
what
there,
I mean?
but, like, I fucking can't stand the motherfuckers, dude. I can't.
No, it's because you keep fucking doing shit you shouldn't do.
Right, and it's all my fault, dude. If I was a good person, if I wasn't a drug addict, and, like, I was a successful, guy,
right,
I probably wouldn't care less about
cops.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, my dad was a cop.
Yeah,
he's a nice guy. You know my dad.
Yeah, your
Great
dad's
guy.
a very nice. Like I said, I've met great cops.
Right,
I have,
and he's the same way. He hates how there's like that split. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because it's either one or the other, man. Like a lot of them are really good dudes, or they're really shitty. It's just like any other profession.
Exactly.
And it's really, dude, being a police officer is nobody's qualified to be a cop. You know what I mean? Like what is expected of you is completely fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like to hold up like laws that are going on and protect people, like it's fucking nuts. Like you're protecting against crazy people. Like it's nuts. And they got their hands tied, but like these are the rules we have to follow. Like we don't make the rules, we just have to follow them. Like I have that in my job. Kids bitching me about what the rules are, and I'm like, what are you bitching at me for? Like I didn't make the rules, bro. Like I just fucking work here.
Exactly.
Like fucking toe the
and
line.
and that's with anything in life, man. I get that. It's just I've
Got a record.
Yeah, I have a hell of a record. I have a hell of a record, man, and I've been I've been harassed by police. I've been, nothing too bad. I never got like the shit kicked out of me or anything. But
Enough.
they've definitely taken advantage, and that's just my personal experience. And like I said, dude, I know that every cop's like that. Your dad's a great person, you know what I mean? And
good man.
But
good man.
Yeah, like I said, I know good cops. I know good cops. I have friends that are cops now, which is fucking insane because even some of them were wacky back in the day.
Wacky.
But
are you crazy,
yeah,
dude?
yeah.
Mom, you crazy?
Yeah,
you crazy. All right, JoJo. I think this is good.
All right,
for a good beginning. What do you
awesome.
think?
Yeah,
you feel comfortable with that? Any final words you want to say?
No, man. I don't want to say shit.
You've just been saying shit for the past hour. Now
right.
You want to say
no,
nothing?
I think it's great. I think we're on the right path, dude.
All right.
So
cool.